Hello everyone, my name is Oksana. It's road to Edoverse Weekly Edoverse Insider's 72nd. We deliver the news about the creation of our project Edoverse. And Tokugawa-san, could you please open the session today?
Thank you, Oksana. Hello, everybody. This is Iehiro Tokugawa speaking. Part 3 of my take on kabuki, the very strange theater tradition in Japan. Today, I would like to talk about Kanade Hon Chushingura, which is possibly the most famous of all the kabuki content, especially because it has been turned into the Taiga drama of NHK. This is every Sunday night from 8 o'clock. They show this drama about based on Japanese history, and goes on for like 50 episodes, several times, 3, 4, 5, I'm not very sure. But the original event took place in 1701, I think. And so when the emperor's messenger came to Edo Castle, the samurai in charge of, receiving him, Kira Kozuke no Suke was attacked. Kira Kozuke no Suke was attacked by Asano Takumi no Kami, a minor daimyo in facing the Seto Naikai area. And as a result, so you see, this is an attack with a sword in the castle. So naturally, Asano was forced to commit harakiri, and his fiefdom was disbanded. And Kira Kozuke no Suke, who was attacked, and he was from a very high-ranking samurai family, which was mostly charged with dealing with the imperial court in Kyoto. So, but Asano's men, and 48 of them, plotted for like more than a year to attack Kira and commit revenge and kill him in his mansion. So this is, how should I say, this is a wrong-headed vengeance, to say the least. So this was during the reign of, or the office of Tokugawa Tsunayoshi, who forced people to be more kind to all living things, including orphans, old people, and animals, even sometimes insects. And then, so this, and there was nothing for Kira to be, and there is no fault on Kira's side. And then, so this revenge was completely wrong-headed, in my opinion. But for some reason, the citizens of Edo loved this act of vengeance, and it was made into kabuki, and kabuki theater from very early on, and eventually it becomes Kanade Hon Chushingura. And why is it Kanade Hon? Because there are 47 characters in the Japanese alphabet system, and then there are 47 samurai who committed this. It's like what, 4 or 5 platoons attacking one old guy. And this theater would go on for like one whole day. So it's like a Wagner opera. And it's very difficult to understand why this revenge is taking place at all. But anyway, people loved it. And so this was regarded as the last samurai-like act in Tokugawa Japan, which was becoming increasingly peaceful. And the interesting thing is that, as I explained last time, so you can make plays about current affairs and even political affairs, but all the characters will have to be from the past, so from pre-Tokugawa times. So in the kabuki version, so this was like the brother of the Ashikaga shogun visiting Kamakura, and then and the Ashikaga shogun's regent in Kamakura humiliates a particular samurai, and then roughly the same thing happens. But everyone knew what was happening there. So and I have to think hard why such a play was made in the first place, and then it was turned into something very popular. And one possibility is that there may have been a major political move here, as the fifth shogun, Tsunayoshi, was not a son of shogun himself. You see? he was a grandson of the third shogun, I believe, but he came from another. He was a minor daimyo at first, and then after heated discussion, he became the fifth shogun. But there were talks of accepting someone from the imperial family to become the fifth shogun, even. So that's what happened in the Kamakura shogunate. And also the samurai, the high-ranking samurai who was sort of assassinated in the end, Kira Kozugenosuke. He was the original lord of the Mikawa region where the Tokugawa family came from. And he was directly related to the Ashikaga shogunate. So this is a high-ranking Genji family. And the Tokugawa clan was not. We had to, maybe there is some relation, but we had to borrow the Tokugawas had to borrow the lineage from the Kira family. So what exactly happened is very hard to tell, but there probably was a reason for the Tokugawa shogunate as a whole to actually hate the Kira very much. And there was possibly a coup attempt here, which was prevented by, Asano, who was very emotionally unstable to begin with. So you see, this is how kabuki was used, in my understanding, by the shogunate to control the emotions and likes and dislikes of the citizens of Edo. And actually, Kira had a small fiefdom. He was receiving he was like half the size of the smallest daimyo, but he was he did very good politics there. The residents of the few villages that he owned or he ruled really loved this man. So it's, how should I say? So he was probably a victim of the politics of the time. And then, so such a major event, an assassination, not in broad daylight, but within the city limits of Edo took place. So the shogunate had to make some kind of a cover-up. That is my understanding. And so it's very much like, let's say, Hollywood of today, how major movies are related to the politics of the times. But and that was there probably in Elizabethan England, and likewise in Tokugawa Japan. Okay, so I think that is all for this week, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tokugawa-san, and JJ, could you please join us?
Sure. Hi, Oksana. Hi, anyone. I have not so much updates today, but just wanna share something with you. So first of all, we are preparing for launching our alpha version. Our target was July 11th, but it could be slightly delayed to I'm not sure, maybe July 14th. So for 11th to 14th, we can show our main state, our main space for all of you guys, and then launch holder can experience our space. Anyway, this is one thing. And the other thing is we are implementing the mini games, at least 3 to 4 mini games, which includes horse game or like sumo game or like a kind of gambling game. We are so-called Chohan Bakchi, but of course it's not saying like we are providing an online game. It's just like kind of game, just gaming. So 3 or 4 mini games are going to be implemented, and then we will start to discuss the main space, what types of gamify should be there on the main Edoverse. I mean, it's not talking about mini games. So I needed to talk to Nachi-san and Dominic and of course Iehiro-san to describe what types of games should be mainly implemented on our main stage, because as Tokugawa-san mentioned, Chushingra, and also there's a many, of course, for example, why Senrikyu died, suddenly, because although he has a lot of power. So there's many types of mystery in Japanese history. So we can, we can put some kind of hypothesis if Senrikyu survived here, or for example, or if let's say like Chushingra was not happened there, what happened, for example. So those types of many of the hypotheses can be implemented on our main stage and the main game, so that maybe this content is going to be more attractive. So it's my personal experience, but I've just trying to use Threads, which is like super similar with Twitter, and then I tweet something like test, and then I quit it because it was so boring. It's so boring for me. Same function, and I couldn't tell any difference between Twitter and Threads. So even Twitter was not working well. Definitely I choose Twitter. That's the same function, and then a lot of ecosystem, they have user base. Definitely we choose Twitter. But Edoverse, it has a unlimited potential because we can put many types of Japanese mystery, hypothesis, and then if there is a Edo era still there, and what happened. So it's going to be, I think, more attractive. So we need to implement anyway game function quite soon. And anyway, we will try to launch alpha version as soon as possible. Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah, that's enough from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, JJ. And hello, Mitsushi, could you please join us?
Hello, thanks, Oksana, for inviting me. So today I'd like to talk about two topics. First, stablecoin. Second, about real-world asset linked with crypto. I think these two issues are really critical right now as an update about crypto news in general. First, about stablecoin. Because of a deregulation trend in Japan right now, a lot of companies, corporations, based inside Japan, based outside Japan, are considering issuing stablecoin. That means stablecoin is relatively stable coin, pegged with US dollars or existing fiat currency, or the backup assets of stable coins are comprised of relatively stable tokens with less volatilities. Those are what we call stable coins. Let's say USDC issued by a company namely Circle. The CEO of Circle came to Japan and made a statement that they were considering to issue token inside Japan, like USDC issued inside Japan from Japan. That sort of activity is pretty predominant right now. So a lot of corporations are leveraging their trust or reputation to guarantee the backup assets of stablecoin. And the point here is that if a lot of people, if the cryptocurrency or tokens are used for daily actual transaction in our daily life, like consumers' life behavior will integrate a token and crypto payment, and I think that will lead a mass adoption. I personally think that combination of usable wallet and useful currency like stablecoin will lead to mass adoption. So I think the age of mass adoption is just getting closer and closer. If a lot of companies issue stable coins or very easy transaction kind of currency and token. Second topic is about as a trend of NFT, a trend of token, the real world asset is currently pegged or linked with NFT. For example, Christian Dior released the sneaker and they have IC tip inside a sneaker. And so you can scan them and you can sort of appreciate sneaker in the cyber world that's linked. The sneaker in the cyber world is linked with the real world asset sneaker based on Ethereum. That's sort of like a linkage between existing actual real world asset and the use case in Metaverse, use case in cyber world is getting more popular, and technically it's getting much more easy for corporations to issue those kind of products right now compared to several years ago. I think that sort of linkage between real world asset and crypto is also very critical for mass adoption, because a lot of consumers can just obliviously use the assets from both Metaverse and real world. And we don't have to frame it as a Web3 product. We don't have to frame it as like Metaverse or Web3 or NFT or terminology and jargon. People will just naturally use a product in both Metaverse and the real world. And that's going to be the actual scenario of mass adoption. Yeah, these two things are very important, the stable coin and also linkage between crypto and real world asset. That's the update from me today. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mitsushi. And Shunta, do you have any news for us today?
Hello, everyone. We have received many questions about the limited opening of the alpha version of Edoverse. The website for accessing the Edoverse space has not been available yet. Also, there is currently no need for pre-registration. The link to the server will be made available on the 17th. So please connect your wallet and register afterward. And the Rise of Our project, we will also provide a registration process on Twitter. Registration is free. All Edo version participants, especially landholders, please remember to register and don't miss out on the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shunta. And Dominique, could you please sum up today's session?
Okay, thank you, Oksana, and hello, everybody. I can report today the last week some monthly insiders. Please review the monthly insider that I think it should be uploaded on YouTube's. We just reported some our project, the current project events for the promotion of the Edoverse, which is the Fortnite, the fighting game, the battle game called Tenku Gozenji. That's actually Mr. Tokugawa actually made a demonstration to just battle that and kill the guy, to kill the enemy, just using the sword. And that was very interesting stories. That might be actually really heavy just when you just using the normal PC. But if you're actually a game freak, please just using your actually the higher just the GPU device that to enjoy the Fortnite game. And then we and also at the same time that we just announced that find the Tokugawa hidden treasure project, and that will be very exciting. And then we are just finalizing all the documents, and then all the procedures that how to just enjoy. Yeah, and then that will start from the 1st of August. That you can just travel Japan, and then you can find that the Tokugawa hidden treasure, which is they call the Senryo box. The Senryo box that in the past, that in the Edo period, there are a lot of the coins, kobans, and the obans, which is a higher value the coins and the gold coins just inside in the Senryo box. So we don't know what's inside because this is Mr. Tokugawa just a hint. So there's some in some of the box that actually you might just have the big money, but on some box that you might find just the Japanese the creepy creature or maybe monster. I don't know yet, but that will actually you can open this box because even just you just get the Tokugawa hidden treasure that you cannot open the box because it was locked. So the lock will be unlocked. Yeah, once that the Edo Bars real 3D space starts from the end of this year. So please just enjoy this finding game to go to everywhere, just anywhere in nationwide Japan actually, and then we actually gradually upgrading that Kyoe Museum, but it takes a little more time to do it. Please wait for it. And then now we are now considering that to develop a real use case of Zenny, which is actually now just circulating in the market and also exchange. But we can just launch some of this in the marketplace that something like very Edo related goods that you can buy using Zenny. That actually already is actually now developing the things that Mr. Tokugawa is thinking that what kind of goods actually the Edo related goods actually, or maybe food related things, to just distribute it to the world. I think that is actually the sort of the global market that the people can just enjoy the opportunity to get the Japanese, the special goods actually from the Edoverse. Okay, we're still just under the process of the promotion for the Edoverse at the moment, and also it's a seriously developing the gaming stuff that GJ mentioned. So please just wait for the Edoverse real 3D spaces start, just game start from the end of December. Before then, please just enjoy the event and the game. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dominique. And I think I'm also going to treasure hunting in Japan. So please don't tell me where you put the treasure. It won't be fair for everybody. So thank you, everybody, for speaking today, and for everybody for listening. We will meet next week. Goodbye.